Hi, welcome back to SFRE, Swift Family Robeson Expedition.
We're so glad that you're here during this quarantine time. We're here in Marina del Rey, where it's warm and lovely. But we, like anybody, are struggling through it, and we just want to share what's working for us with you and hear from you too.
Yeah, how are you doing? We realize that a lot of you have really been pushed into a lifestyle that we actually chose. We actually
Aren't we crazy?
We actually chose to homeschool, and we actually chose to be further away from family and friends. Not something we would choose alone, but in the process of making this journey into travel nursing and traveling about the country with our family, that was unfortunately a byproduct. So, and that is kind of where you are, secluded and isolated, but we know that there's a lot of innovative ways to be with the ones that we love, and this is one of ours. A lot of people have really asked us if was this a mistake, this travel nursing, now that we're a traveling family that we can't travel. So we are struggling.
What's this travel ban?
Yeah, what is this travel ban? So we are used to really exploring every weekend, and we can't do that right now. So we are struggling along with the rest of you. Although we are in a beautiful climate and we do live very close to a beach, our children still feel it. And we still feel the struggle as you're walking down the sidewalk to not get too close, and it's still hard to find toilet paper. So what would you say you miss the most?
We would make our board of the things we wanted to see, the adventures we wanted to have that, correlated with the contract that you have. And then we would just spend days dreaming and thinking about, okay, how many of these can we get in 13 weeks? Or,
Yeah, we'd be like, okay, we have a 3-day weekend. Let's travel a little bit further. Or what 3 small things can we fit together?
And we're still dreaming, I think, but now we're just dreaming about
later.
Yeah.
I miss the warmth with which you are greeted on the sidewalk, and now it's like,
less opportunities to have fun, but it's also less stress. So I think it's a good pause for everyone.
Other than less stress, what's the positive side?
More, I would say, time to regroup on what you want to do, because everyone will have plans for when quarantine is over, and they're going to be more ready to get stuff done, and probably more thankful for the opportunity to do what they want and have freedom to walk around.
So you're saying that this time of quarantine helps us to appreciate the
freedom,
liberties that we have that we've forgotten about, and that we take for granted.
Because only people that have essential jobs can go outside. People are dying of boredom inside their house.
Well, we obviously can't see new places and activities and do whatever we wanted to, because that's, I think, one of the main reasons we started traveling, and that's what we build our really schooling off of. I think that's the main downsides. Let's see, positives. We do get to learn how to use more creativity. We're making up tons of games that we probably would have never thought of, which is just great for, you don't go anywhere and you can't play on screens all day, so just playing with siblings is really special and important.
I think one is definitely a positive is definitely more space, and more, you have a place that you can put your stuff there and put your stuff there for an actually good amount of time, and where you can just settle and stay in one spot instead of moving around, rushing all over the place.
You mean constantly moving from city to city?
Yeah, I mean, the transition is hard. Emptying the poop tank, you guys are always less busy, so we do get to spend more time with you and Mom and everybody else.
I think I still like RV better, though.
But a lot of people have asked us, is it Is it worth it? Are you glad you did it? And I say unequivocally, yes, basically.
The whole point to traveling is to put the family first, is to set aside everything that you used to be doing and consciously communicate to the whole family that they're number one. And that's what's going on now with the lockdown. We're all in different states of quarantine or travel ban or whatever, and there's talk of some states lifting them, but it's all about just putting your family first. And whether we're traveling Southern California or locked on a beach or in an apartment, it doesn't matter. It's just finding a way to tell each other that you love each other, that you appreciate each other, and you find ways to have fun.
You have to make your own adventure, really, in a situation like this. So we've been exploring that as well. But we do have things we miss. We have certain strategies to help us cope with those things. We miss a lot of the exploring that we would do on the weekend.
Whether we're going to an amazing location or staying at home to rest as a family, what we need is an adventure spirit. So quarantine can be a bummer, but we can do this. We've been to some places that, cost a lot of money or were amazing photo ops, and we've already drove a lot of hours to get there, and my attitude wasn't quite there, or maybe one of the kids, and it just ruins it. Without that adventure spirit, like without the family saying, we're gonna have fun today, you don't.
And we've been in our living room and had the best time ever.
Yeah.
So it really just depends on what you bring to the table.
We've looked at each other and said, why are we having more fun at the dinner table or at this, home movie than we did at, last weekend in Disney World? How's that possible?
But it is possible. We do miss, though, going to museums. We miss the historical sites. We miss coffee dates. There's luckily we have children that can kind of help each other, watch each other while we go downstairs or across the street for a coffee date, which we really miss.
This little place called Brazil Kiss. It's got authentic South American food and coffee. And so this morning is our first little date getaway. Our food has been served, so let's check it out. A little coffee date this morning for breakfast. Got a little place called Brazil Kiss.
Ethiopian coffee is the best.
So tell me, I was just asking my wife, she just had a cup and she loves the Ethiopian coffee. So what is the big difference between this and like Starbucks, or why is this distinct?
This is fresher. I actually roast these by hand in a pan. I'll show you. In here.
Okay.
So I can do about a pound at a time in here.
Okay.
So it is absolutely fresher, and the flavor is different because I don't burn my beans. So the flavor is in there. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. It's still reddish. It is not brown in any way.
Yeah, that smells fantastic too.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, when they put it through a coffee machine, there's filters in there that might sap out, or do actually sap out the oils and the nutrients. So, with this here, it's literally over a strainer. So the oils are still in there. So
you put the coffee in there, and then you're saying when you use it, a lot of times the machines will pull out the essential oil or the
because there's filters in there. Yeah.
Oh.
So kind of intentionally or unintentionally, the oils will
leaches out and so then it tastes different.
It's more acidic. It tastes different. Yes.
I see. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
And so what makes it Ethiopian?
It's from Ethiopia.
Because the beans themselves are from that country.
Yes.
So how would that flavor be different than what'd you have last week when we were here?
It was a Yemeni coffee.
Yemeni.
A drier one, and it's got more of a flowery and flowery.
So Yemeni coffee's more a floral aroma and
bitter.
Okay.
Bitter.
Okay.
But whereas this is more fruity, and it's got like almost a buttery smell to it.
Oh, the Ethiopian is more fruity
It's a
and
lot smoother.
okay, got it.
The flavor is consistent. Where the Yemeni is, it'll start off kind of smooth and get bitter, and then kind of smooths out again.
And then what are you going to carry next week? What will we?
Ethiopian
Again, okay. Is that your biggest seller? Or
That's my biggest seller. That's my favorite.
I can't just talk about it. I've got to actually taste it. I mean, I enjoyed the coffee last week, but I can't wait to try this.
I don't know if you can see the bubbles here have some coloring in there because that's
Yeah.
oil in there also.
Awesome.
So you try to pull this properly here. And the Ethiopian coffee is not so thick, you know. It's got this, it packs the same amount of caffeine. It's just not as thick. Whereas, let's say Turkish coffee or Yemeni coffee is really dense. There you go.
Awesome.
Should taste amazing.
Now for the test. Truly unique.
So hopefully your family is coping pretty well together as they mesh well. But we have had to say a couple of times we just need to give each other some grace and understand that the people who love people are really struggling. And those that like the people who like people getting out are really struggling. Does this make sense?
It's hard on both of us.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, even though we're in lockdown, we're still able to get out to the beach. They don't want parties going on here in LA on the beach, and you've seen probably stories in the news about that. But we love to get out and exercise, walk, run. Doesn't matter what we're doing out
just
there.
the sunshine, just feeling the sunshine and smelling the salt.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
And there's still plenty of people doing that, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Finding a way to get outside. It's not about breaking the rules. It's just about being healthy. You know,
Your vitamin D and getting some fresh air and exercise is always beneficial.
Yeah, I ran into a guy just a couple days ago on the beach, and he was taking his time unfolding his parachute, and he was getting ready to kite surf, which I've never, I mean, I think I've seen online before, but he had all the gear, and it was so cool. So I was like, I was playing with my boys, and I was like, I gotta grab my camera and go over here and get lessons, you know? And I did. So I didn't get to go out myself because I had to stay 6 feet apart, but you know, he showed me all about it, and then we watched him out in the ocean, and he was having a blast alone.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And then the next day at the beach, we ran into this guy with a show dog who won some competition here in the state of California. He was amazing.
Her breed, she's an upland dog, right?
A what?
An upland dog. So it's a kind of a pointer. It's just on land, right? And she won first prize.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This year, oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Here, I missed the shots, so she's disqualified.
You did what?
I missed the shots. I missed the bird. She pointed perfectly, but couldn't get it down. Good, man. Keep going.
So there are definitely people, you know, finding a way to get out, have fun, find that adventuresome spirit, even though there are limitations. We can do this.
Spending time and really delving into those passions that we have, that is absolutely key. And we can help each other with that too. We, as you know, we have a passion for Disney. We love that. So one night we just had a Disney ride night.
That was hilarious.
That was so great. The kids really enjoyed it. We popped popcorn, we had soda, we just played on the big screen the rides as if we were at the parks.
Because Disney made them available on YouTube. They're kind of
and
virtual rides.
And so the older children really enjoyed taking the younger children on a ride by shaking their chairs and
Leaning.
Providing a 4D experience, which is wind and water.
It's silly, but it's just whatever everybody can get into and laugh and enjoy each other. It's just, it gets you through that day with a smile on your face.
One other thing that we can do is bring something that we like the rides that we did, bring something that you really love on the outside to the inside. So we do occasionally love to go out to eat. No lack of great wonderful places to eat here in Los Angeles. Well, really anywhere we travel, we love to find.
That's true.
So we decided to talk about some of the recipes that we've loved in the past and bring it home.
Yeah.
And cook it up for the family.
Some of the best family memories are around a new recipe or a new experience.
Yeah, a new restaurant, just a meal, breaking bread together. So we have a lot of fun doing that. Today, I am bringing in some places that we absolutely love to our home. We are kind of going on a vacation by bringing some of the recipes into our home that we love when we travel. One thing I absolutely love is a soup. It's a chicken coconut curry soup that we have experienced in the magical world of Disney at Animal Kingdom Lodge. They have a restaurant there named Boma, and that is a little known secret that if you ask for any recipe, they will give it to you. The second thing I want to show you is a drink that they have there, Sunrise Sangria. We'll finish that in just a bit. We add a little bit of salt, pepper, and a little bit of curry on the chicken. We make sure it's cooked about 3/4 of the way through, then we remove it from the heat. And now we're ready to make our roux. We heat the chicken stock, the coconut milk, curry powder, and roux. We let simmer until it thickens. After that, we add the vegetables, everything but the cilantro. You've got 1 cup of potatoes, 1 cup of diced onions, 1 jalapeno, and 1 cup of the bell peppers. After you saute this, make sure the vegetables and the chicken are cooked through. Now you're ready for the final steps, which is to add 1 cup of honey, maybe a little bit less. I'm not a big sweet fan. And cayenne pepper to taste. And cilantro last. And you're ready to serve it. Little taste of Africa. Here's a sunrise sangria. It's mostly juice, but with a little bit of flavor. You can drink it any time of day. It's jungle juice, any variety, mango, orange, pineapple, or a mix of the three, added with some Merlot. You add it slowly, and you have a beautiful cocktail. It's sunrise somewhere. Cheers.
We reached out to a handful of families that we've gotten to know around the country and asked them to share with us what they're doing during quarantine to spread the joy, to share the joy in their own families, and just to find a way to reach out. This is a time when we're more acutely aware of the needs in our community, and it's been really powerful to see the way people are using their gifts and talents as a family to just meet those needs in their community. And we just wanted to share one more example of that as we close out this episode today.
We hope that you're doing well. We hope that you're coping well with each other and with all the limitations that this time of ours brings. We hope that this has given you some insight into how we're doing. We miss you. We love you.
Use the comments below to tell us what you're doing in your community, how you're doing as a family. Let us know, or reach out to us. If there's any way that we can help you, we would love to. And if nothing else, let this happy video be just an encouragement during a challenging time.
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
I really love the Easter season. I love, singing songs about Easter joy and being able to sing Hallelujah. So I just wanted to do that in my own way, and I just thought of going out into the neighborhood and singing some songs and keeping my social distance, but just spreading some Easter joy around the neighborhood.